Yeah. Oh, see how it goes. So.
Making each day of the year, changing my life with a wave of your hand. Nobody can deny that there's something there. Running my hands through your hair, both of us thinking how good it can be. Someone is speaking, but he doesn't know I'm there. I want you everywhere, and with you beside me, I know I need never care. But to love you is to need you everywhere, knowing that love is to share, each one believing that love never dies, watching your eyes and hoping I'm always there. I want you everywhere, and with you beside me, I know I need never care. But to love you is to need you everywhere, knowing that love is to share, each one believing that love never dies, watching your eyes and hoping I'm always there. I will be there and everywhere, here, there, and everywhere.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Not sure how we follow that, really. That's amazing. Well, good morning to you all and welcome to the Avalon Room here in the heart of Winchester on this very special day. Bang on time for Ian and Jo. Before we start, I'd just like to do some introductions. My name is Tracy and my colleague today is Linda, and together we represent Hampshire Registration Services, and we're delighted to be here to perform your ceremony for you. I have the great pleasure today in taking Ian and Jo through their marriage vows, whilst Linda has the vital role of recording the legal and historic record of your marriage today. Marriage joins two people who trust the love they have found. It's a partnership in which each can grow and be their true selves while sharing in the development of the other. It's a statement to all of those around you of what the two of you already know, and that's that you found such love, friendship and support that you wish to share for the rest of your lives. The marriage ceremony provides the opportunity for those gathered here and online to join with you both as you make your commitment to one another. So it is that we are gathered here today in this room, which has been duly sanctioned according to the law for the celebration of marriages. Now for the record, I need to check your full names. So starting with our groom, can I have your full name, please?
Ian David Ridgely.
Perfect. And our beautiful bride?
Joanne Mary Perry.
Perfect, thank you. Ian and Jo, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and the binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage in this country means a union of two people, voluntarily entered into, for life, to the exclusion of all others. Further, it is a union to provide the love, friendship, help and comfort that each should have for the other. both in times of joy and in times of trouble. It's not to be entered into lightly, nor is it to be lightly set aside. Love should be the core to your marriage because love is the reason you're here. But it will also take many other qualities to know in your hearts you're always doing the best for each other, constantly willing to go forward to tomorrow, never really knowing what tomorrow will bring, but feeling safe in the knowledge that you are facing it together. Even more so right now.
Absolutely.
So ladies and gentlemen, as we are all here today to witness this marriage between Ian and Jo, it is now that I must ask that if any person present knows of any just cause or lawful impediment as to why this marriage should not take place, they should speak now. I think that's And now I have to ask each of you in turn to solemnly and truthfully declare that to the best of your knowledge and belief, there is no lawful reason why you should not be joined together in marriage. So Ian, I'm going to start with you. Would you please repeat after me? I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Ian David Ridgely,
why I, Ian David Ridgely,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Joanne Mary Perry.
to Joanne Mary Perry.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Joanne Mary Perry,
why I, Joanne Mary Perry,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Ian David Ridgely.
to Ian David Ridgely.
Marriage is not only a legal contract between two people, but it also marks a milestone in your lives together, because today you will become husband and wife. And your witnesses, Linda and myself, are privileged to witness what at heart is a very private moment between the two of you as you commit yourselves to each other for the future. So could I ask you to turn and face each other, please? Hold your hands together. This is because you are now about to contract your marriage with the vows you're about to say. Please repeat them after me, but say them to each other. So Ian, starting with you. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Ian David Ridgely,
to witness that I, Ian David Ridgely,
do take thee, Joanne Mary Perry,
do take thee, Joanne Mary Perry,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Well done. And Ian, as you take Jo to be your wife, do you promise to keep her as your favourite person, go on adventures with her, be proud of her, grow old with her, and find new reasons to love her every day for the rest of your life?
I do.
Either? Ready, Jo? Yes. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Joanne Mary Perry,
to witness that I, Joanne Mary Perry,
do take thee, Ian David Ridgely,
do take thee, Ian David Ridgely,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Well done. And Jo, as you take Ian to be your husband, do you promise to keep him as your favourite person, go on adventures with him, be proud of him, grow old with him, and find new reasons to love him every day for the rest of your life?
I do.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ian and Jo have personalised their ceremony today with a reading. So it's now that I would like to ask Anne to come up and do that reading for us, please. So it's up to you where you want to stand. Yeah? Oh yeah, cool.
And I apologise in advance. It's a beautiful poem, so if I'm emotional. Love Monkey by Edward Monckton. It was once the custom that every monkey would carve for himself a wooden heart, and the heart that Love Monkey carved was the most beautiful of all. Its contours were soft and rounded, like an ancient pebble sculpted by the oceans. Its surface was smooth and shiny like liquid silk, and it shone as bright as a ruby in the desert sun. Take your hearts with you wherever you go, said the teacher. Nurture them as a mother nurtures her newborn baby. For when you want to give of yourself fully, your heart is the only true gift you will have. That night, Love Monkey had a dream. He dreamt of a monkey whose smile lit up his soul like sunshine. He held out his heart to her, so radiant, so splendid, and so new. She took him in her arms, and he felt truly, perfectly at peace. When Love Monkey awoke, he resolved that from that day forward, he would search for his dream monkey until he could stand before her and give to her his perfect heart. He travelled through deserts and climbed over mountains. He trekked across forests and sailed many oceans. Love Monkey looked after his heart as best he could, but the storms that he endured on his travels chipped away at the surface, and each new adventure reshaped it. By the time he arrived on the last distant shore, his heart was so changed by the patina of time that it barely resembled his old heart at all. And then he saw her, standing before him as radiant and as beautiful as the sunshine, was his dream monkey. At first he could not speak, but then from somewhere deep inside himself he found a voice. "I have travelled the world over to find you and to give you my heart," he said. "But now that I am finally with you, I see how foolish I have been. You are so beautiful, so perfect, and my heart that was once so smooth, so bright and so new is now not something that I could even bring myself to show you." And he turned to go. "Let me see it," said Dream Monkey. He took his heart and held it up to the light. "Nothing to me is more beautiful. Every fissure tells a story. Every blemish makes you more real. All my life I have been waiting for a heart like this, and a heart that speaks the truth. Come here," she said. "I have something for you too." In her hand was a tiny golden heart. It was worn and as scratched as Love Monkey's own, and it was the most precious thing he had ever seen. Love Monkey put his arms around her, and they held each other for a long, long time. "I shall treasure this heart for as long as I live," said Dream Monkey, running her fingers over its ridged and dimpled surface. Then they looked into each other's eyes, and feeling the joy of truth in their souls for the first time, they began to laugh. And often they sit together still, holding each other's hearts in their warm hands, lifting them to the light and laughing, always laughing.
Beautiful. Well done. Beautiful. Oh, do you want to come on forward? Thank you. My tissue. Whew, that was stunning. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Anne. Marriage is a promise that's made in the hearts of two people who love one another, which takes a lifetime to fulfill. It's a fluid relationship that assumes many different forms throughout the years, and it will grow and it will change constantly. But it offers an opportunity for sharing that few other relationships can equal. And we hope that your marriage enjoys the closeness of a couple growing together, but with enough distance to allow each other to be an individual. And that the feelings of love that you have for each other right now deepen and grow even stronger. Treat yourselves and each other with respect. And if the pressures of life sometimes become too much, remember what brought you together, and perhaps to this moment right now. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness and kindness your connection deserves. Laugh together a lot. Confide in each other and find a future full of happiness and contentment. But most of all, remain best friends. Ian and Joe, today your closest family and friends have witnessed you promise to love and be faithful to one another, share the good times, and provide comfort to each other during those sad times. You have both made the declarations required by the law of this country and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other. So it is with my very great pleasure I can announce you are husband and wife. And Ian, you make this your beautiful bride. Okay, so we are now going going to do the signing of the register, so if you want to put some music on
Yes.
in the background. Ian and Joe, if you'd like to come and sit here. We can't take any photos of this actual bit, but what we'll do in a minute is when the register's pushed away, we've got a register that has no information in it and a pen that has no ink in it that can pretend to sign.
Great. Do you want to sit? Yes.
Which way round do you want?
You go there.
Same way round.
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah, it's not actually, it doesn't matter there, it's when you come back this way that you've got to be.
So, if I could first ask you just to check to make sure all the details That's the problem in pen. They've asked you to just sign just at the top line, just
So this is the register that has nothing in it and a pen that has no ink in it. So you can pretend to sign for some photos in a moment. And then if you want all your guesses in the picture and you want me to take a photo, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm not saying they'll be really great, but I'm more than happy to take photos. to stay seated, we can bring the table forward and your guests can go behind. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so then we can pull that forward a little bit. So if you want to all go behind, I'm happy to take as many pictures if you like, if you trust me with the camera. So I can't run very fast, so I'm like these hills. Okay, okay.
Try not to knock the camera over.
Come to the side so we can see about there. Yeah.
Does it come up on the screen at all, or is it through the thingy? Might need to. I can't see you all, so you might need to get in a little bit. I'll just go over it. No, I'm going to go this angle. Yeah. Do you want to see if you've got any that are good enough and I can always move? Do another one. Yeah, we'll do another one. You can all look at me. Ready? All look at me. There you go. Better? Good. Do you want me to do some more?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
That's okay, no worries. Ready? We'll smile. There we go. Want to check those are okay? Ready? We'll smile. There we go.
Just want to put the video camera around so that you can see that.
Oh, that's a good point. Otherwise, they've got a picture of me taking photos.
She'll be delighted to see that.
Is she live online?
No,
We couldn't work out how to do it because they don't have FaceTime.
Oh,
so
okay,
in the
yeah.
end, we thought we'd just
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
a video
Yeah.
and send it to
Yeah.
you.
You're going to say hello.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Andrea. John. Don't know.
Is it ready to
Yes.
on your side? Okay, so if I can ask the guests to take a seat, please. If you stay seated for a moment.
Can we turn music off?
If you could turn the music off, please, that'd be amazing. So there is just one more job we need to perform before we send you off, and for that I need to pass you over to Linda.
Ian and Joe, on behalf of Tracy and I, it gives me great pleasure to present you with your official marriage certificate. Many congratulations, and I hope you have a wonderful future together. Who's going to keep it?
Joe down the
Oh,
Okay, but you haven't got any pockets in that beautiful dress, have you?
Yeah.
She does.
I do, but not big enough for
Ah.
this. So they've got to look after it for now.
Give it your husband. So can I ask that you come to the front of the table, please?
Do you want to move it
I'll
back?
move the table back a bit, yes, so there's a bit more room. Thank you. If you'd like to face your guests. And I do need to swap you round now, because there's lots of tradition behind marriages, and the exit of our couple has some tradition behind it too. The reason why I put Ian on the right is his right arm, his sword arm, is now free to protect his new wife, and that's the traditional side of it. The modern version is that Joe is now closer to his heart. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a huge pleasure and privilege to be part of your big day and your special day. I know it's not exactly how you planned it, but I hope you look back fondly and with lots of happiness and joy on the day. Have a lovely rest of the day, and we wish you a long and happy marriage.
Thank you
So,
very
ladies
much.
and gentlemen, could I ask you to be upstanding, please?
Definitely happy members again.
Yeah.
You can go off to the left.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in a massive round of applause to welcome, please, the new Mr. and Mrs. Richardson.